That's my goal. I'd like to have this whole thing done by mid-June at the latest.
I was gonna say, when's Father's Day? I never remember.
Father's Day is usually second or third Sunday in June.
I'm even a father, and all I know is it's in.
Well, my dad's birthday is June 20th, I think.
Kind of
His
awful.
birthday, I think, is June 29th, and my sister's is July 27th. Or I have dates backwards, and his is June 27th, and hers is July 29th. But I think I said it right the first.
I'm lucky if I remember the month of a birthday. That's kind of how it goes with me.
I don't remember many people's birthdays, just my immediate family and my own. And then maybe if you're lucky, if you're one of my friends and your birthday is in April, I might remember it then because my birthday's in April.
I see.
So is mine.
Otherwise, I won't remember when your birthday is.
Isn't our birthdays like a week or 2 weeks apart?
Maybe.
April 7th.
Yeah, I was born on the 9th.
Okay, so 2.
My sister Whitney, who's 8 years older than me, married a guy whose birthday is on the 9th. And my sister Court almost married a guy who's no wait, she did marry and then divorced a guy whose birthday was on the 9th, literally the same date. That was not a fun couple of years as a selfish person like I am. Because he and I didn't like each other much to begin with. But then we also, like, on top of that, didn't have we like didn't agree on like what kind of foods we liked either. And my sister was always like I want to be at your birthday, but it's my husband's birthday too, so can you guys like decide to like go to a restaurant that you both like so we can all just do it together? And I was like, your husband only likes mac and cheese with hot dogs cut up in it.
Ew.
Oof. Oh
And
God, no.
And I'm like Korean barbecue curry, do anything that's like something I haven't had before. Yeah, he's like I don't know. I don't understand people who are not adventurous in their food. It's like you only live once. It probably won't kill you. I mean, unless you discover a food allergy.
It might not kill you.
Yeah, like probably won't kill you. So what's the big deal? Oh, you don't like the taste of it for like 10 minutes as you're eating. Oh, big whoop. But what if
I
you
don't like
do
change.
Yeah, but like what if you end up really liking something, you know? You could be missing out on something
change.
Right.
you like your whole life. Yeah. That's what I was like, you know. Someone tells you like, "Hey, do you want to try snails?" And you'd be like, "Ew, no, I don't want to eat snails." But I've had escargot, and it's really, really good.
I didn't mind snails. I couldn't stand fish eggs.
Oh, I like caviar too.
I can't stand caviar.
I will say I'm a much fan of smaller caviar. Like salmon roe has like bigger, like pea-sized eggs, and I'm not a big fan of those. But like if it's like really really small black or red caviar, like I like that. It doesn't there's not as much of a pop and juice effect with it, which is what really turns me off. Is like you
Yeah,
pop
I
it
love
and there's
that.
like salt water inside of it, and you're like, oh, like
I
that's
wonder if it's the salmon one that I got then, because that's what I didn't like.
they're like large orange balls
Yeah,
about the
yeah, that's
size
what I
of a
had.
pea. Yeah, that's probably salmon roe is what you had.
Ew.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was not a fan of that stuff either.
It was like biting into snot bombs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, I had to excuse myself from the table because I'm very much like manners were a big thing for my family, so you weren't allowed to make certain noises and whatnot at the table. So I had to excuse myself. It was bad. I
Oh,
couldn't. Ugh.
great. That's great. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's more of a texture thing for those, for salmon for me. I'm not a big fan of. Um, but
I don't like natto, but that's because the taste's just not my thing.
you don't like what?
Natto.
Natto?
Mm-hmm.
Never even heard of that.
It is fermented beans, basically.
Oh yeah, that sounds like death.
When you get it, it looks like a pile of black stuff. Black beans, but
There is some fermented stuff I like kombucha. I love kombucha, but I'm not a fan of beans from the get-go, and then you ferment them. Uh, yeah, that doesn't sound good.
I like a good bean. I've found it's so weird, and I guess it's like partly because different like restaurants, different families, different companies all have like their own kind of way of making um kimchi. But like I was a
Yeah,
big
cabbage.
fan. Yeah, fermented cabbage. I really liked the kimchi at the Korean that I went to last year for my birthday. So much so that when it was my birthday, I was like, I'm gonna make Korean food, and I went out and I got kimchi, and I tried the kimchi, and I was like, oh, this is gross, it's so bad, it's so awful. Because I just had it like I just opened the can and ate it straight out the can. Because at the restaurant it was just on a plate, and like you could grab it as like a palate cleanser or something, but it was just like there, right? It was just like a plate of kimchi for the table, and you could either like take it and put it on your food or eat it plain. And I was just eating it plain, and it was fine, like it was good. When it was actually my birthday, and actually made some Korean food. I and paired with Korean seasoned and prepared food, and it was so much better eating it with an actual like recipe of flavors that like complement it and stuff, you know? So like yeah, I mean, I haven't gone back and like eaten the rest of the can yet or anything. I haven't made any Korean food since then, but it was definitely interesting to like, like try it again and be like, all right, maybe it's something that you have to eat with something else for it to not be disgusting.
Yes. I like having it with like what do you call it? Teriyaki, or like a dish with like rice and like vegetables and things like that. It's a side, it's not supposed to be a main thing. So
Like there's a Korean American skateboarder that I watch on the YouTubes,
cool.
and he was talking uh and stuff, and like how like Korean market in New York makes like the stuff that tastes like what my mom would make when I was a kid, and like I love it. He's like, I eat it right out the can. I was like, so that's how you do it?
Something
And
new,
I
I
did it,
guess.
and I was like, oh.
Made.
It was definitely something where I when I tried it, I was like, okay, there's like a cabbaginess, like a sauerkraut kind of thing going on here that I like. There's like a spiciness here that I like. But there was something that I wasn't able to put my been able to put my finger. There's a dimension to it that I was like, there's like an aromatic, like a smell kind of sense that happens in the aftertaste that is just off-putting when it's by it. No. Like umami actually means. Like I thought umami just was like savory, but I don't think it is. I think umami some meaning.
It is an experience.
It was an experience.
Like a full-bodied, you know, I feel like I've had like true umami like several times, where it's like it feels like such a rich, flavorful broth kind of thing. When I think of umami, I think of like pho.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, I've had pho and I like, but the kimchi did not have. And you know, again, I don't really know the definition of umami, so I could just be wrong.
I like to just assume you're wrong.
That's fair. The only time that you have to accept it is when we're playing D&D on Saturday nights, because I'm the DM. And even when I'm wrong, I'm still right, because I'm the DM.
Right? I fucking hate that.
Losers.
Fucking nuts.
So I was on Genie's stream last night, and not on his stream, but like I was hanging out while he was streaming last night, and he does voice text to voice for bits, and I played Tiny Tim Tiptoe Through the Tulips. I don't know if you guys know that song, but it's
Oh, I love that song.
Through the Tulips, like that guy. I put that on while he was playing Call of Duty. I was like, it's the perfect song to moita to. Right? And then he got a kick out of it, and then I spent like 100 bits. I cheered 100 bits to do the Texas speech thing, and I was like, I was like, everybody, come watch Genie Bruh play Rowan this weekend as he sings songs from Tiny Tim during our D&D show Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Fulsham_. Just like make the robot like plug the channel and our D&D show.
Yes.
So fun.
Nice.
Oh, it's so fun. And then, of course, I do stupid juvenile and puerile jokes, like just donating 100 bits to make the robot say boobs. Because I'm still like, I still have like the humor of a 15-year-old kid. It's not that there's anything inherently funny about boobs, it's just the word is silly. And to make a robot say it just brings me joy. I need to... Have you guys any comics cast in reverse order right now with Cass here?
Yeah, with our guest.
Have you guys been reading any comics recently? I just finished reading catching up on Shazam.
I have been reading Walter Osley's Shiver Bureau.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
What's that one about?
It's his it's almost like a science fiction meets Sherlock Holmes meets supernatural kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like ghost detectives, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Now, is it... I've only read like one issue of it a while ago, so I don't remember everything about it. Is it human detectives investigating supernatural events, or is it like actual ghost detectives?
No, it's human detectives investigating ghost events or supernatural events, not necessarily just ghosts.
Right. Cool. So it's a little different than R.I.P.D. I don't know if you guys have read R.I.P.D. or seen the Jeff Bridges movie.
Nope.
I have not.
R.I.P.D. I think it was Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds. I know Jeff Bridges was in it. But it was so it was actual ghost cops.
Ooh.
So like R.I.P. but P.D. It was a fun movie.
I get it.
I don't think I've ever read an issue of that particular comic though. It's a pretty fun movie. That's what I was reminded of when I read that one issue of.
Speaking of shows, have a comic that we haven't read. Did you watch?
I love me some Crazy.
Me,
especially when he is in a weird role like that. Like I was a fan of. I've watched part of it. I don't think I've watched all of it. But like,
you were a fan of.
I was gonna say I was like a fan of Law and Order SUV, like everybody else. and his character of Elliot.
Yeah, that's
Um,
actually that was my introduction to Christopher Maloney. And then I discovered Oz, and then so on and so forth.
I actually haven't watched Oz. When I really got into Maloney was through the movie Wet Hot Americans, where he plays a it's a comedy, but he plays a Vietnam War vet with PTSD, and he's the camp cook. But I wouldn't say that like the way he portrays PTSD is like accurate at all. He's
Mhm.
just like a crazy guy who works at the camp, and it's so good. Like his character is one of the best parts of that movie. The whole thing is stupid and amazing, and I love it. But like anytime a kid acts up and the counselors don't want to deal with it, they just drive him out into the woods and throw him out of a van. And you just don't see that kid for the rest of the movie. That happens at least once. I think like maybe 2 or 3 times during the movie. That gag, like they do that gag. It's a lot of people from the state. If I don't know if you'd remember that show Abstracto from TV back in the day.
No, I don't remember it.
It was like a sketch comedy kind of thing. Yeah, a lot of people from the state. But Christopher Maloney's in it. Bradley Cooper is in it as well. I know he's like blown up ridiculously after that movie. After that movie came and went to no acclaim. Who else? Janine Garofalo's in it. Molly Shannon's in it. She was on SNL for a while. Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black is in it. There's like a lot of people. Like a lot of recognizable people that you're just like, what? They're in this movie? It's one of my favorite movies. I've probably seen it 24 times. It's just so dumb.
I do love me a good dumb movie.
But yeah, one of Maloney's character traits in that movie is he'll say something like like when he's trying to like leave a scene, he'll be like one of the lines is like, okay, I'm gonna go fondle my sweaters. And they're like, what did you say, Gene? He's like, I'm making fondue with cheddar for dinner tonight. Yeah, fondue with cheddar. All right, I'll see you guys later. Then he like runs away. Welcome in, Sangretti. How's it going?
Hey, Sandy.
We've got Mr. Abstracto and Cascadia here on the show with us tonight.
Hello.
Hola, mi amigo.
But yeah, I just in preparation for the podcast that didn't get recorded today, because our third member was not around. I finished reading or catching up on Shazam, which is it's a fun little. If you guys like the character of Shazam, that is.
I think he's all right.
It's
I'm not a DC guy on my own though. So.
During server admin stuff, but now you can access it from your comfy chair. Nice. Well, hey, it's one of those things where you got to do the work, but then once you do it, hopefully you don't have to do it again, right? But yeah, the Shazam comic's pretty fun. It's only up to 11 issues right now before Diamond stopped distributing and all that stuff. You were on a wooden chair with no pad? Well, that's not good, San.
Oh no. My back screams thinking about that.
But yeah, it's one of those like first issue kind of reboot of Shazam, so you see him gain power from the wizard, and he learns the magic word Shazam, and he turns. And then throughout it was pretty quick into they introduced the Shazamily, the Shazam family, and he like shares power with his siblings and all that. But like the main story is like there are supposed to be like 7 wizards of power that sit on the throne in the Rock of Eternity, and they oversee the 7 magic lands, and also and up just read the kids get like they find like a train station in the Rock of Eternity that takes them to all the different magic lands. And so there's like the game lands, which is like video game world, kind of like Tron-esque. There's like the fun lands, which is what if theme kind of idea. Then there's Wonderland, which is Wonderland and Oz like mixed together. And like a couple other things, and like the kids get scattered and they gotta like find each other and whatnot. I just like finished up that storyline and started the next part, which is Dr. Sylvanas and Mr. Mind are trying to like fuck shit up and take the Shazam family power so they be bad guys and ruin the world.
Cool.
But I like it. It's fun. It's one of the. When I was like a real young kid, really great fun. And when I grew older, I started like stuff with the '90s animated series with Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill in it. But Shazam was one of those things, like, even after I lost interest in there was something this kid who got magic powers, right? And like was able to turn, that was always really fun. And I still really like that idea of like you could still be if I'll say. Plus Shazam has lightning powers and I'm a sucker for lightning.
Right. I'm not reading a whole lot. I've just been working through Walter's Haxor. And
that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also been picking through oh crap, I'm forgetting the name of it. I call it the 100 Demons comic, but I don't think it's technically called that. I'm doing a Google search. Oh, it is just called. Well, that's Linda Berry's one. Oh, I love Linda Berry, by the way, and she has a book called 100 Demons. I think it's.
Cool. The cat's cut out for you.
Kill 1 billion demons. There we go. That's what it is.
That's a lot of demons.
Kill 6 million demons. Okay, got it now. I got it right now. All right.
It's numbered.
The number changes every time.
Yes. I'm starting to distrust your math skills.
Never trust me for math. Never ever. But yeah, no, that one's pretty fun. I'm really just loving the art style. Like, there's a spread in there where they've got like over 100 figures, and it's like amazing. Very interesting style and setting. I've been really busy
At the Terrific.
watching She-Ra. So I finished up She-Ra.
I go back. Gonna be endings 30. I don't know if you can cutting out a bit.
Yeah, you're cutting out a bit too. Freaking
All right,
internet.
you're cutting. Yeah, you see, you're cutting out real.
I like that meme that you sent me. Abstract.
Yeah, when you were talking about thinking that Cass was gonna say about the whole breaking down thing, that I was like, oh, that reminds me.
Artist is art supplies and paint.
It's so true.
It is. It really is true. Yeah, I think the next thing I'm gonna go try and do is the Terrifics. Because the Terrifics is it's still DC, but there's Plastic Man is in that one.
Plastic Man seemed like a cool character.
If you wanna read a good Plastic Man's, I highly recommend. It's a very quick read. I think it's only 8 issues, 6 or 8 issues, and it's just the recent Plastic Man. I think it's like a 2018 comic. It's kind of his origin story. It was really good, in my opinion. It got it was a bit controversial because at one point Plastic Man impersonates Harley Quinn, and the artist drew him with a bulge. Like, he turned into Harley Quinn, but he still had like a bulge in his pants. And people got like really up in arms about like how offensive it was and all that stuff. And I was like, you people obviously don't know Eel O'Brien very well. It's like, it's clearly just his sense of humor. He's also a man. It's like dressing up as a woman, you know? Like, it's just a joke. Chill out. But yeah, people got pretty upset about that. But I thought overall it was pretty good. For a while I was using that story as the reason why I like modern DC a little more than modern Marvel. Overall, I think it's fun to be a DC fan these days, just because it's, you know, kind of like the underdog, right? But overall, like there's a lot of characters at Marvel that I like. I'm not anti-Marvel, right? But like in like 2014, 2015, somewhere around there, Marvel was just like they're trying to be like overly PC to like the point of like we're just gonna have like a lesbian character and that is her character. She's a lesbian and that's her personality. And you're like, it's great that you're trying to be inclusive, but like it's not a personality to be gay. Like that's just something you are, right?
Yeah.
Like they should still have like hopes and dreams and whatnot. Like one of my things is I really liked the character of Kamala Khan, except for the fact that they claimed she was a nerdy girl, but never really got into the nerd part of it. It was only like her whole character centered around the fact that she was a Muslim teenager living in New Jersey, which I get is important, and but like, how many people are out there where that is their entire personality trait, is like their religion and nothing else? I mean, I guess it happens, but when you claim in the comic that they are also interested in other things, you kind of want to see that as a reader, you know? Whereas like Eel O'Brien starts out as a mobster and wants to be like a mobster until his mob friends abandon him when he gets infected with this like chemical and he turns into Plastic Man. And then from there on out, he becomes this anti-hero who like adopts an orphan on the streets. He like takes over a strip club and like turns it around from being like a bad place for the strippers to work to like he's like a good boss. And like his whole thing is he just wants to take down the mobsters that like left him to die. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's a more well-rounded character.
That does sound like a pretty good story.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then, you know, he's also just, in my opinion, like a funny, humorous character. So you're not, even though it's DC, and like DC's known for being like dark and gritty and whatever, it's not like a dark and gritty story. It's just a fun little, in my opinion, it's a fun little romp. I wonder, should probably flip this image. And now that I flip the image, I can see the other gun and I can make them roughly the same perspective. Funny how that works.
Isn't it though?
Hey guys, guess what I found out tonight?
What?
My hand isn't see-through.
Oh no!
I can't see through my hand to what it's resting on. Maybe as a right-handed person, I should draw from left to right and not right to left. Nah, that's what a smart person would do.
Fucking nerds.
Remember, if you want to draw in the patented Fulsham art style, do everything the most inefficient way possible. Then complain about why it's not working the way you want it to work. Man, I'm also learning that guns have so many different sides and facets to them that you have to draw.
Yes. Just mech things in general.
Yeah. It's
There's
definitely
so much detail. That's why I tip my hat to Ethan.
Yeah, that dude's crazy with his freaking mechadoodles. I still really enjoyed, like, one of the last times I was hanging out in his channel when he was doing mechadoodles. And so if you guys don't know out there, for those of you guys lurking, I'll shout out Ethan because we're talking about him right now. Shout out Ethan S. Brewerton. What API error? Oh wait, I spelled his name wrong. Let's see if that works. There you go. Go check out Ethan's channel. He does mecha doodles where, well, he's been working on his comic on stream recently, but he often does mecha doodles where he starts out and it's sort of like a stream of consciousness kind of thing, where he just starts drawing a robot creature, with some organic elements to them, some mostly robotic components, and he has a parts list that people, when you watch his streams, you gain stream points. He hasn't turned them over to normal channel points like what we use for our D&D games here. But you know, just like he's got like Mecha Juice points or whatever. I need to erase that line there. And he has got like a parts list, so you can buy different parts. And the last time I was on there, I purchased a wheel, like to add like a tire to the thing. And he got like really mad at me. He's like, I hate drawing tires. He's like, I don't even know why I have this on here anymore, and like all this stuff. And he's like, it's so hard to draw circles in perspective. And they were now. It is,
Have you?
you guys like watch him, and if you're into art, illustrate advice is not like drawing a box effect. It really like getting into like 1 point, or so you're like boxes or 4% done on circles and stuff like that. He warms up every day by doing a bunch of boxes, so he starts like wheels, and I'm just like, yeah, where's your Maui to be doing? That was a fun day.
What
Good.
I've been working on.
Cool. Give me a sec. Got it. I don't remember if he has this or something. There's something else I've noticed. Comic where I sheets so much more created the character designs. Drawing these guys still not like super confident on every aspect of their character. So that's been an interesting thing to find out about yourself. Wonder if I might have to redo his stance here. I'm not so sure this looks dynamic enough. All right, let me check out this image here. Care if I show it on stream?
Yeah, I don't mind.
This is what Mr. Abstracted was working on. What's his name? Maury?
Melvin.
Melvin? I like it.
My
I'm a big
internet's
fan of-
chugging.
I'm a
That's
big fan
my-
of characters.
That's my 18-year-old.
Ah. Oh, that's right. You did say you were drawing a picture of your stepson. I like the hairstyle. It's fun.
Yeah, his mom hates it
Why?
because he doesn't take care of it.
Does he wear a sweater with an M on?
I don't think he wears one specifically with an M on it, but he's always wearing hoodies and stuff. I put the M on it just because of his name.
Right.
Oh, nice. I like it.
These dang Zoomers and their skinny jeans. I remember back in my day, the cool kids wore Jinko jeans.
Yep. Back in our day, you got beat up if you wore skinny jeans. Nowadays, it's cool.
Anybody out there in the chat, you guys remember Jinko jeans? Those, each leg was like twice the size of your entire body.
Dude, I wanted Jinko jeans so bad.
Dude, me too.
My parents wouldn't let me have them.
My parents wouldn't let me have them either. What do you think? I'm thinking this. I feel like this stance that Galoot is in is not action-y enough.
Mm,
I don't really know how to make it better.
I would almost say the leg that's in the back perspective something needs to be more dynamic with that.
It's sort of what I was thinking is.
Oh, that's lame sauce cat.
Well, if you need to like restart your PC or something, just let me know, and I can always drag you back down to the studio if you want to keep hanging out with the rest of us, with me and Abstract.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
You drunkard.
Yep.
Blame it on the internet. Uh-huh.
Is that better? I think that's a little better.